911, what is the location of your emergency?
Okay, I'm on 70, or I'm on 670 East, right next to exit 7. We just saw a car totally wipe out and crash. It's on the side of the road. I can't see it. It's a totally crash.
We're on 670.
We're right on the exit of 5th Avenue, exit 7, on 670 East.
Okay, are they trapped in the car?
They fell into this. I think they are. They're screaming. We just pulled over. We saw the whole thing happen. Like, right when this happened.
Ma'am.
So imagine wanting to be a singer your whole life, getting signed, dropping an album, only to have your career cut short after crushing your larynx in a car crash, or becoming a professional esports player and then losing one of your hands. These things suck, but they happen every single day. Today I'm gonna tell you the story of an NFL running back who, after a horrible accident, could no longer run. The thing to take away from this video is perspective. Like, bad things do happen to all of us. It's levels to it though. And it always amazes me that the people who catch the worst breaks, or what seem like the worst breaks, a lot of times they end up dealing with their issues way better than the rest of us. And at the end of the day, how you respond to adversity is what will define you. All right, man, if y'all enjoyed these videos, don't forget, click the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and click the little bell to enable your notifications. We're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. We're almost there, and that's definitely due in large part to the support that you guys provide on these videos, man. I appreciate it. But other than that, it's time to jump in. This is what happened to Isaiah Pead. Isaiah Devon Pead was born in Columbus, Ohio. Now this dude was a high school phenom, not once, but twice, winning Player of the Year in his division. He did it once as a sophomore and then again as a senior. He finished his high school career with nearly 4,500 yards and 63 touchdowns, making him the school's all-time leading rusher. Now, as impressive as that is, it's even more impressive when you hit his next part. Now again, he's the all-time leading rusher at his school, but an all-time great attended that same school, a two-time Heisman Trophy winning Archie Griffin. Now Isaiah did a little bit of everything in high school. He also competed in track, where he won a state title in the 400-meter dash. Isaiah received offers from West Virginia, Pitt, and Maryland, but decided to stay a little bit close to home and signed with the Cincinnati Bearcats. He saw limited time as a freshman, but saw his carries quadruple during his sophomore season. He didn't waste the opportunity neither. He went for over 1,000 all-purpose yards, rushing for 800 and gaining 200 receiving yards. He also scored 11 touchdowns. As a true sign of the work he was putting in, Isaiah's numbers improved every year. And in both his junior and his senior season, he rushed for over 1,000 yards and saw his receiving numbers go up every year as well. As a smaller back, this is something that was crucial to his NFL value. After 3 years as a starting running back, Isaiah Pead had accumulated 3,300 rush yards and 27 TDs on the ground. He also had 87 receptions for 721 yards and 6 TDs. Then, for anybody still doubting dude's abilities, he attended the 2012 Senior Bowl and left out of there with the MVP. Now Isaiah ran a 4.47 at the combine, which isn't horrible, but as a back who's standing 5'10", weighing 207 pounds, he would have needed to get that a little bit faster, maybe in the 4.3 range if he wanted to be considered in the first round. However, he didn't have to wait long, as the Rams picked him up 50th overall during the second round of the draft. Now Isaiah's career honestly wasn't too amazing, not this first career anyway. As a rookie, he only got 10 attempts and rushed for 54 yards. He did, however, gain 212 yards on kick return. The following season, he was suspended for the season opener for violating the substance abuse policy. He got even less carries that year and also got less kick return attempts. In 2014, he was injured in the preseason, torn ACL, missed the whole year. By 2015, the Rams had a crowded backfield, including Trey Mason and, of course, Ty Gurley. So they released Isaiah. After Le'Veon Bell was injured, the Steelers picked him up briefly, but I'm not sure if he wasn't putting in the effort or what was going on there, but he ended up being released and replaced by a practice squad guy. He then had a brief stint with the Dolphins, but his final release was on October 11, 2016. Now that ended up being the last time Isaiah Pead would be on an NFL roster. Ironically, a month later, Isaiah experienced the best day of his life. His son was born. Now I've experienced this, and anybody else who has, I'm pretty sure you can relate. This is one of the scariest, happiest, most exciting, it's a crazy day. But at the end of it, it's an amazing day. And it's one of those things that clears you up. It gives you a lot of perspective. It gives you a lot of purpose, and it makes it not easy, but it makes it simple to know what you need to do, and it gets rid of a lot of distractions for you. I have to imagine that it did the same thing for Isaiah. His son was born on a Saturday, and that Monday he had a workout with the Chiefs. But you know how that goes. You're enjoying the time with your new son. You're hella tired because nobody's getting any sleep, and Isaiah ends up being late for his flight. He then finds another flight trying to get up there to Kansas City, but he's got to move to another airport, and by the time he gets there, it's too late. Plane is gone. So Isaiah ends up spending the rest of that week just home with his son, which is great. But he also ended up missing out on that opportunity, which isn't so great. So after a few days, Isaiah's friend comes down and he wants to check out Isaiah's new ride. He's got a Cadillac CTS. So they go out, and Isaiah's speeding a little bit. Dude hits a bump, loses control of the vehicle. The car flies off the road and into a metal railing, but it flips over the rail and keeps going. After flipping over the railing, the car becomes airborne, hits a couple trees on the way down, and at some point during all of this, Isaiah is flung from the car. The aftermath of this wreck was insane. Isaiah, professional running back, loses his leg, man. Like damn near his entire leg. Now, none of us really know how we would respond to something like this. Like, you really don't know until you go through it. We all hope that we would respond like Isaiah did, though. He was able to find perspective. And he says that the blessing in the whole thing is when you just look at how it unfolded, his son was born a few days earlier, and then he was reborn, so to speak, in the wreck. And he's found a happy life after football, man. He made good money during his career. He has a business post-career, so he's still got bread coming in. And after something like this, he's still competitive, and he's planning to compete in the Paralympics. Now, I'm gonna end the video here, but I'm gonna leave you with a hella inspiring quote from Isaiah himself. I want to continue to be a motivator to whatever I come across. And that starts with myself. Looking at myself in the mirror every day, a full body mirror at that. And you can see, half of me. Really, I'm my own inspiration. And I don't think about the what if, because I don't regret anything I went through when I had two legs. I came to work every day, and I put my best foot forward and let things fall where they fell. They just didn't fall in my favor. But I can accept that because I have faith in God, and He has a bigger plan. I'm just here to live it out.
Yeah,